Previously on Legends of Aelos. As the fated five finish their last breakfast at the Sleeping Moon, they bid farewell to Amansar and Coria before they set out on the road towards the town of Tillo. Along their way out, they pass by Calandra, several members of the temple, along with Vildriel and his company. Calandra approaches and informs that she and the other members of the temple will be traveling to the Moon Lakes, along with Karun's fellow Niramin. Karun wishes both group leaders the best on their journey west and promises to send message out from time to time to check up on them. The group then makes their way through the city gates, passing by a recruiter for the Eswind armies as they depart from Lake Grasp. After some time along the road, the group encounter a strange, gnomish man in a donkey-drawn cart. The individual strikes the group as odd, as he speaks very cryptically, and in a fashion that seems to aim his enigmatic statements at the party. Dom then makes a startling observation when he looks upon the path on the far side of the hill from which the man in the cart approached, and notices that the cart's tracks appear to start right there at the base, as if it had materialized there. But before the group can question the gnomish man directly, he and the cart and donkey have disappeared as a large, green-tinged raven flies away from the group. Despite the strange encounter, the group nevertheless continues along, and it's not long after they encounter another individual, this time on foot, but carrying something akin to an apothecary's briefcase. However, it is not potion-making that the man, Lecter, plies in trade, but curse crafting. Despite the risks of dealing in curses publicly, thanks to the motions of the temple, the man nevertheless extends his services to the travelers, to which Briar takes him up on a simple curse upon a slender item, designed with a particularly bardic individual in mind. The transaction complete, the group continues along their way. They pass a column of Eswindian soldiers, mainly halfling, of which one is recognized by Briar, who excitedly acknowledges her in turn as the groups pass. Further along their journey, as the day begins to wane, the group encounters an old man in wizardly garb sitting at a makeshift stand along the roadside. Next to the man is a large mirror, almost the size of a door. The party inquires as to the nature of what this is, but the old man is mute and only gestures. Eventually, after Dom sees no result from paying to have to look into an apparently ordinary mirror, Karun inspects the reflections with detect magic and observes them to be a disturbingly scrambled mess, rather than that of himself, Briar, or Dominicus. Upon realizing some foul magic is afoot, Asher attempts to dispel, to which the old wizard vanishes, himself being seen as an illusion by those who can detect the spell. The mirror is discovered to have runes upon its back, and as a conspiracy of ravens is noticed to have gathered to observe the party, motion and magic starts to emanate from the now face-down mirror as hands push out from the looking glass, and out steps a carbon copy of Dominicus, followed by duplicates of the elven party members as well. Hostility is imminent, and the party prepare to take on their doppelgangers. Fortunately, no one knows the party better than themselves, and thankfully, Rowan and Asher did not directly gaze into the mirror, and thus the enemy force is less two clones, making it possible for the group to tactfully and efficiently dispatch their doppels, as a blow-for-blow approach would have certainly ended in casualty on both sides. With the next ravenous threat apparently dealt with, the day has now grown thin, but the party knows that they are not far from their destination, so they decide to press on through into the encroaching night. They persevere, and as they start to see the glimmering lights of Tillo in the distance, the party makes another observation. The new moon overhead sheds very little light, making it difficult to observe their surroundings, but upon closer inspection, the party sees the startling reality that the fields around them are not just rolling, fields of grass, but a fluttering mass of ravens, all with eyes affixed upon the party. Disturbed by the sheer number and intense stares, but not immediately threatened, the party presses past with some haste to make the town gates and some solace from their overwhelmingly disturbing journey. Finally, having reached their destination, they seek out the inn and tavern and elect to slate their appetites and rest their heads before they search for Jathril. And it is from here we shall continue the story of the Legends of Aelos.